feel, contemplate, see what this sentence really says to you in your heart. The only thing very important to suggest in this is, try not to use anything that you know from your memory to understand what is being said in it. Anything that you have known, not to use anything from there, to really understand what is the message of this sentence. He says, the whole universe is made of light. The only thing that darkens it is the manifestation of the self. See what it says to you. Everything is light. The only thing that darkens it is the manifestation of the self. You are most welcome to share anything that you see, that you would like to share, that you feel from this. If it brings a question, even if it brings a doubt, what does it move inside when you try to understand this?
Well, I learned something else. There is no dark. Darkness is absence of light. So it's not really exist.
Yes. But this is what you learned.
Yes.
Yes. You use something that you already know.
Not exactly. It's a belief.
Yes, exactly. Yes, of course.
Or what about an inner belief that you just feel it's true?
Yeah. Well, it actually completely complements what this man said. It doesn't contradict it at all. Everything is light. The only thing that darkens it is the manifestation of the self. He's saying something very beautiful, immensely beautiful here. It doesn't contradict what you say, of course. There is nothing dark. He says everything is light. He didn't start by saying that something is dark. He said everything is light. The only thing that darkens it, that may darken it, if there could be something that could darken it, is the manifestation of the self. To make something clear, to make a point here. Very beautiful.
The first feeling that I had when you say it is like that darkness is like associated with something bad. So the manifestation of the self must be bad. But contemplating about it once again, the manifestation of the self is not bad. Therefore, darkness is not bad. This is what appeared to me.
Yes. Good and bad is also something that is in our memory.
Yeah.
Perception.
Yes.
I see the light and the darkness as two sides of the same coin. So it's like yin and yang.
Yes.
Darkness without light won't exist without darkness.
Yes.
And the opposite.
Yes.
And like the coin, everything is one. It's like one field and many flowers, but it's still one field.
Yes. Come on, more.
My first association was like manifestation of the self. So I thought ego. Just thought. And my perception about the sentence before you explained it, I thought, okay, but God is, if God is light and God is everything, so also the manifestation of the self is light.
Yes, this is again from the memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But also after you explained that, also the manifestation of the self is light, but how come if it's light, how can it darken anything? I still don't understand.
Yeah. Yes. Good. Very good.
Darkness is basically the shadow. There is the light, something is blocking it. Like the moon. Sometimes we see it lighting and it reflecting the light of the sun. And yes, this is knowledge. Sometimes it's darkness.
Yes.
So maybe the manifestation of the self is simply blocking the light or shadowing the light.
I'm still contemplating on this.
You're still confident?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Nothing to say?
Feeling full of complacence, and my mind say ignorance. So this is all I'm feeling right now.
Okay. Very good.
She followed the rules.
Yes, actually. She followed the rules. Compassion? Yes. And ignorance. Nothing to say. The truth is, there is actually nothing to say. It's right. There is not so much to say. If we really understand it, there is nothing to say. We only say when we don't really understand it. Because the mind really tries to understand it.
And then it's knowledge.
And then it is knowledge. And then we make knowledge out of it again. And mind is a philosopher. He wants to philosophize everything. He wants to make an operation inside and check everything. Why it's like this and why it's like that. In fact, what this master is saying is something incredible. It can actually just understanding this without having to think about it can take you to your transformation, to your freedom, really. What does it mean by manifestation of the self? Because everything is like, okay, very good. We don't even know that if everything is light. Maybe there is no light. Maybe it's all dark. Maybe it's all not light and not dark. Maybe there is nothing to even conceive it as something. Because light is also knowledge. Darkness of the light is also knowledge. Shadow is also knowledge. Everything is knowledge. So what is that which is not knowledge? What is the manifestation of the self? The manifestation of the knowledge. The manifestation of this thought that says, I exist. Again.
we have two brains.
Really? Okay.
One and two.
Uh-huh.
This is also a brain.
Uh-huh.
Our intuition, our knowledge, a higher knowledge, a connection to a higher knowledge. It's not necessarily something we learned. It's something that it's just there, a higher truth.
Wow, I didn't know that there is a higher truth. So it means there is a lower truth also.
You know what I mean.
Well, I would like you to know that which cannot mean anything.
I believe so.
But we want to know something that means something. We want to know because that is juicy. That will entertain my mind. That will entertain the self. I want something that will make me ponder, that will make me move, that will make me think, that will make me feel, so I can feel alive.
I have a story about it. Something like 1 year ago, I like to know.
Really?
And I know a lot.
Wow.
And and one day I understood that what defined me is knowing things. And that there is a belief inside that if I will not know, I will not exist. And that this belief exists inside me from being a very little child. When I got a good feedback for knowing things, for being smart.
Yes, bravo.
And since then,
Yes.
And since then, I have to know everything.
Yeah.
And then I said to myself, okay, I'm tired of it. That my definition is knowing things. And I want to give it away. And then I shared it with someone. And then he asked me, okay, so what I shared is that my wish is to release this needs to know. And then he asked me, okay, how you will know that you succeed to release it? And then I thought about it and I said, I don't know. So this is about knowing. Yeah.
So really, is there something to know? Truly ask this question sincerely from the bottom of your heart. Is there really something to know? Maybe you have come here today also to know something. Maybe you go to all kinds of spiritual activities to know something.
I came here to feel, because now I can study by books. I don't need people around me when I'm studying. I came here to be communicating and doing stuff with other people. Knowledge you can find everywhere, in internet and everything. And again, sometimes our brain playing tricks on us, but this knows better. I mean, our intuition and higher truth. So we just need to feel it. That's what I think.
What is this impulse to separate this with this? This is something different than this? This is another brain, this is another brain, there is the higher one, there is the lower one, there is somewhere something in the middle. What is these separations? Why so many dissections?
No higher brain or the higher truth. I mean, this is playing tricks on us because we're.
And this one is not playing tricks.
This is always saying the truth. This is always saying the truth. My intuition never lied to me. Actually, when I was listening to this and not to this, I've been always screwed. I'm sorry, always. And then I said,
yes,
you're supposed to listen to myself.
If this one lies to me, then this one doesn't lie to me. This one only doesn't lie to me. It's because this one is again separated to this one, which tells me that this one is truth and this one is truth and this one is a lie. So I also have a separation between what is the truth and what is a lie. Do you see that? There is a separation between what is the truth and what is a lie. Now what if there is no separation between what is the truth and what is the lie? That there is no separation. And you cannot even actually discriminate between what is the truth and what is the lie. There is no truth and there is no lie. There is none of this. Imagine, just there is none of all of this. There is no lie because there is no truth. Then actually there is also no truth because there was no any lie. So they only can exist together, as she said, the two sides of the same coin, because one needs to be the lie for this to be the truth. So how would this function on truth if this would not function on the lie? Actually they work together. Actually they are the same because they cannot be without each other. They are the same. So one is telling you the lie, so the truth can be recognized, and the truth can only be recognized because the lie is being recognized. They are just playing the same game. And all of this together has no meaning once you see it from above, both of it.
Okay, let's talk about an example. An example will simplify it. I can say that the moon is from a gorgonzola cheese. Just, is it a truth or a lie?
None of it. None of it. Absolutely none of it. Moon is another thing that you have memorized. Gorgonzola is another thing that you have memorized. For me, both of them don't have any meaning. We can call it something just so that I tell you, please bring me the gorgonzola from the fridge, so you don't bring me mozzarella. That's all. That's all.
I was talking about the moon.
Okay, then I will tell you, please just don't bring me the sun if I ask you to bring me the moon. But what does it really matter in the bottom of the truth? Nothing. But what meaning does it have? Nothing.
So what you're saying, these are all like labels. And basically there is oneness.
There is what is even oneness is a big label. Is the heart is the most
the biggest.
The most dangerous label is the oneness.
What about love and fear?
Another level. Keep labeling. Keep labeling. All this, now there is a new fashion, spiritual levels. So this oneness, love, peace, compassion, all of these are beautiful spiritual levels.
Oneness in the sense that there is no duality. All these concepts don't mean anything, as you said. And but that means there is only one. Like the universe is light, and there is only light, and there is only one. But there's nothing to it. Nothing beyond it, nothing outside it, right?
Where is it? Tell me.
Where is what?
Where is it?
Where is what?
Where is even this oneness? Where is it?
It's everywhere and it's nowhere.
Yeah. And how do you know it is oneness?
That's a meditation.
Yes, go to that source.
That's
you go
a meditation.
find out.
It's not something.
Yes, so actually when you say that, it means that I don't really know. I just say it because it's a nice concept. It sounds very juicy to me. It's nice concept, new concept. Oneness. How do you know it? Truly, truly, really, authentically, it's just you even go inside, you say, how do I know it? And what do you really find there? Just for the sake of you and me just having a communication, a conversation on it as two friends. Really. Nothing else, because there is no other thing for it to serve. You know, that truth has nothing to serve you, only if we talk about it as two friends, just to have a nice tea on a conversation of truth, not gossiping about the neighbor.
Yeah.
You know? So really, how do you know it is oneness? Or it is really just nice, another spiritual concept that minds like to have now, because now he is taking the new form of becoming spiritual.
Well, it's an experience, of course. It's not something you know. Yeah.
And where is that experience also?
Feeling.
But
Feeling.
feeling? Where is that feeling?
I told you. Here.
We. Here.
I feel it. I don't know it. I feel it. When I was traveling, when I felt God and everything, the connection, I felt it. I didn't know anything.
Yeah. Very easy to say. And if you were asked one day, what remains of you when there is no thought, even of oneness? What remains of you when there is no thought?
Spirit.
1 minute, relax.
Oh, sorry.
What remains of you when there is no thought? Spirit is another thought. What remains of you? There is no, don't answer. There is no answer is you're not going to answer me, please. It doesn't really matter the answer. Wait. What remains of you when there is no thought? And what remains of you also when there is no feeling? Don't think for an answer, because there is no answer for it. You're just going to think about it and bring another concept or memorized knowledge from somewhere which has no service to you at all, which doesn't serve you to be who you are, which doesn't serve you to be free, doesn't serve you to that effortless being that you already are, always are, no way that you cannot not be. Anyhow, doesn't matter what you want to think over it or what you want to feel over it.
So it's the same like asking, who am I? There is no answer.
You can ask that question also. Yes, it doesn't matter. It's the same. It is all the same. It will always take you to the same place. That is not a place. So what really remains of you if there is no thought, where there is no feeling?
What?
You don't want me to answer?
Huh? No, find this answer for yourself. Don't give it to anybody.
Okay.
Yes. If you find the answer, there will be nothing remained of you.
I have my answers, but
Keep it for you.
Keep it for myself.
Is there any answer for there that is going to serve you to be free? Check that. Yeah, if your mind says, like her mind says, yes, there is an answer. It's for me. Is that answer going to serve you to be free? Is that answer going to serve you to be who you are? Where is that answer? In words? In the language that you were taught when you were born? Is that answer in some kind of sensation that is happening in your body made of meat? If you can just really go to that answer, everything is revealed there. It's so direct and so simple. What remains of me when there is no thought, and also when there is no feeling? What remains of me? Isn't that amazing? You can observe how your mind is trying to find that answer, or is trying to somehow process it, digesting it, trying to find its way out of it, escaping it, resisting it, or excusing itself for some reason. You can observe that. But mind will have absolutely no answer for this. There is no way that your mind is going to find an answer for it. This is the beautiful thing about it, that mind cannot have an answer for it. Because we erased the thought. It says, there is no thought, so what remains of me? So the mind says, now what do I do? He's leaving me nothing to think about. I cannot think. So you can ask yourself a question, am I ready to be free from my thinking? Am I ready to be free from my feeling? Or not yet? I still want to enjoy my feelings. In fact, if you will check properly, you will find out that thoughts and feelings are not very far from each other. They are very close. They work together. They depend on each other. They feed on each other. Whatever you feel creates a thought. Whatever you think creates a feeling. So if I still really not ready to give up on what I feel or give up on what I think, maybe I'm still not really ready to be free from them. Because the freedom is not really freedom from some big thing. It's just this. This continuous obsessive compulsive thinking and creating feelings out of it to be able to continuous need of feeling alive. This continuous need of feeling alive is what gives us this continuous need of continuous thinking and feeling, because this is how I feel alive. Because without this, who am I? What remains of me? Who am I? Nothing. There is nothing then. But that nothing, I don't want that nothing. I want to be something. There you go. Because I want something, here I am, manifested as a self, thinking. And through thinking and feeling, continuously creating myself to be able to feel alive. Then what happens is, sooner or later, if we don't really try to understand this spiritual intelligence that is trying to show us inside us all the time, this intelligence, there is always inside. You all know it. We just don't want to see it. We just don't want to listen to it. We just keep hiding or running away from it, ignoring it. And what happens is, just I create so much suffering for myself and for others around me. Because I want to stay alive. And the only way of staying alive is that I have to identify with everything that I think and everything that I feel. And then, one day I realize that it is all so temporary that it's just going to go away. Just a matter of few seconds. You don't even know if it is a few seconds. It just boom, comes and is gone. But then when it's gone, I don't want it to go. Because I want to feel alive. I got so addicted of feeling alive in this way of thinking and feeling that now when it has to go, I am not ready to let it go. And I'm holding it like that. I don't want it to go. But it's going. It has never been really there for you to get attached to it. It was not there for you to feel alive through it. It was just contrasting something that you are.
This is what they call samsara?
I don't know what they call it. Really. In some language they call it sanskara, samkara, samsaras, and some language they call it maya, in some language they call it ashlaya, in some language they call it material world. Whatever, it doesn't matter. They call it something. But it's not about what they call it, it's about you. It's about you. Forget about what they call it. It's all useless information. They call it something. Yes, they call it. It's like samsara. Now I have to sit and get rid of samsara in my life. Nothing. One thought. One thought. There is only one thought in one moment. That's it. It's not like billions. There is one thought in one moment. Just one thought. Useless, needless, meaningless, pointless. Has absolutely nothing inside it. It's empty. This identification with that thought, there is so much pain and so much suffering for nothing. Insanely, ridiculously, nothing. It's just one thought. No, it's always one thought. That takes us from one place to another, running like a miserable person, trying to find out something, trying to find something. That something that I will find from that, when I will get there, then I will be able to be what I want to be. You know this, no? One feeling to another feeling, one thought to another thought, one feeling to another feeling. Endless. Endless, never exhausting. And what becomes? Manifestation of the self. It's one thought that darkens the whole universe, nothing else. It's just, even then, for these wise men, it's just so to speak, so you can see the point. Because they can't really say, we all cannot really realize things and speak. It's just we have to speak very metaphorically, very poetically about this so unexplainable things. So, find out the real question. Is there really something that you're going to get out of all this thinking? Is there really something there that is going to give something that we really truly search for? And if you really find out that no, then start to find out that which is beyond that thought. Research there. Because if you're going to sit and research in your thoughts, there is nothing there. Nothing, you're going to find nothing. You're just going to find old memories, old experiences, some lingering things that are from the past that were not lived or experienced, and fantasy of the future through that. Nothing else. Isn't it?
You're talking only on one side of the coin, because the thoughts also exist, and the feeling also exists.
Okay.
So it's like Shiva Shakti, you're talking only about Shiva, basically.
Okay, that's very good knowledge again, my friend. You read a lot about Shiva and Shakti. If you really read what Shiva says, he will take you to that place where there is no thought and there is no feeling, there is no Shiva and there is no Shakti. If you really read him, if you really see the pointers of Shiva, this is where he will take you. He won't take you to this, all these thoughts and feeling, this is Shiva, this is Shakti. This is all very nice spiritual stuff. There is no one side of the coin, and there is also not other side of the coin. There is no coin, my friend. You have to exist to be able to create that coin. Through that coin, you exist. Then come the two sides. Then we can talk about it. So what? Great. And again, pointless, meaningless. Just to have some nice conversation here. But what else really? Really, what else? And there is nothing wrong in having a conversation. And there is nothing wrong in creating that coin and talking about the sides of it. There is nothing wrong with it. It's all very beautiful. It's just beautiful Maya here that we are experiencing. All is fine. All these colors are beautiful. Really, everything is beautiful. There's nothing wrong, nothing right. It's good to pass time here. Yes, we are passing some time here. So let's have some fun. We are already here. So let's have some fun. We can have some fun together. You are a woman, you are a man, we can have some fun. I'm the Shiva, you're the Shakti. There's nothing wrong with the fun. And there is nothing wrong at all in anything. Just when you see so much identification with that which does not really exist, and unnecessarily creating so much misery and suffering, then you say, come on man, hello. What's going on? Open your eyes. What are you running around for? What are you making so much drama? What are you fighting about? Why are you struggling so much? Where are you running? What are you looking for? What are you complaining about all the time? Sit, relax, everything is okay, let's have some fun. Everything is if we already have some time, let's have it good. Why unnecessarily make so much bad of it? But no, I want to feel. Wait, no, I cannot sit and relax. I know if I relax, then how am I going to feel? I want to feel. And this impulse of feeling, I'm going to make drama. The more drama I make, the more I feel. Now you can go into the emotions, negative emotions, positive emotions, neutral emotions, and all that spiritual stuff.
Being relaxed is also feeling.
Again, there is a relaxed feeling. Absolutely. When your body is fully relaxed and you are in peace inside, you are relaxed, the body is relaxed. Everything is okay then. So let's have a relaxed feeling.
It's also feeling.
Yes, but the problem is that we cannot stay in that relaxed feeling for too long because it's too relaxed. I cannot stay too much relaxed for too long. Life is bubbling. Now you're going to go and look for something to get out of that relaxedness. Yeah, I know. I see that. I also don't know what I'm talking about.
That's what we want
But
to
the
be.
truth is that we are all sitting here talking about it. Nevertheless. The mind would really love to get some food from this conversation. I know. It's like starving. Give me some food, okay, Baba, you're speaking all these very nice things, so give me some food. I need some food. Replenish me with something, nourish me with something. Tell me some real story, some drama, something real about my life, something scary, something exciting. Give me something.
What about the mind? Isn't it a concept
What?
itself?
Of course it is. Absolutely. Very good. There you go. Now we are speaking. Of course it is. Obviously it is.
So it does not exist.
Where does it exist? Where? Show me. Where does it exist?
But you're talking about it. So
We are not talking about it. We are just having good time. We're just having some really good time here. We are just like seeing some things and we are laughing and we are having good time. You would like to have some mindy stuff, some mindy talk. Oh, we are not having any mindy talk now. Can you see that? Can you see that without using that, whatever is that mind, whatever we call the concept of mind? What is the concept of mind? What is it mind when we say mind? You said it very nicely. It's a beautiful insight. But isn't the mind just another concept? Yes, exactly, it is. So even though if we say yes, it is a concept, then what does it really consists of? What is the context of this concept? Why do we call it a concept? What does it mean when we say mind? I can help you with that.
It
It's
means
called?
never mind.
No. No cynical. Don't be cynical. Really.
I don't
please.
know.
Yes, then don't speak. But don't be cynical. Really.
It's a joke.
I will help you. Yes. Yes, really. I know. Don't joke about this. Joke about everything. Take this, at least one thing in your life, take it sincerely from your heart.
I don't see it like this.
Okay, I will help you. The concept of mind, when we say the concept of mind, you mean the process of thinking, the thinking process that happens inside here, that we think in words, memories. This is what we call the concept, which is called mind. To call this, all of this that happens inside our head is what we call mind. Right?
Okay.
No? But what else is this? So, how does this concept, anyway, really, how does it help us to find who we are? What are we doing here? How come we happen to be? How come we exist? to be able to even realize this concept and talk about it.
To realize it is a concept.
Of course.
That's why we exist.
We exist. I don't know if we exist because of this or we don't exist. I don't know this. This is really also a lot of information. I don't know. All I know is that whatever words my mind uses, in whatever language that was taught to him, geographically, wherever it was born, somehow, because somehow it is somewhere born and some geographically language is spoken there. So, because your mind doesn't think in Chinese, you know. Your mind thinks in whatever they called it, Hebrew, language of this particular geographical area where people spoke this language. The child is born in this area, so this language is given to this child. If you were born in Japan, then you would be speaking Japanese. No? Yeah. If you were born in Mayan tribe, you would be speaking a Mayan language. So, your mind doesn't speak in Mayan language. He has no idea. It has no idea of what is Mayan language. It can only think in the language that somehow was introduced to this child and was stored in this memory. Then how do you think that you will find yourself by defining yourself from what you think on those words in those languages? So if you define yourself through that language that goes in your head, just you can imagine how lost you are. And there is no way else to just to create suffering and to suffer unnecessarily. Suffering into a suffering that does not really exist. You see? Yeah.
If the word suffer wasn't in my vocabulary, maybe I wouldn't know what suffer is.
In fact, you don't really see anybody really suffering other than those species that think. Do you see a bird suffering?
Yeah.
A bird?
Yeah.
You don't see a bird. I never see a bird suffering. You can see a bird dying in his last stage of his life, dying, leaving the body. But you don't really see a bird suffering. If you see a bird suffering, it's because of some humans around. But a bird itself is never suffering. No animal, no grass, no tree, nothing that is alive on this planet is suffering. They are living. They are surviving. And they may be dying. They may be killing each other. But they are not suffering. The only species, only living thing that on this planet, as far as I see, that suffers is the one that thinks. One thing is that you are a little goat and a tiger comes and eats you. And you die. But you are not a goat and the tiger is not sitting right on your head to eat you. And so you have to suffer because the tiger is sitting very hungry right on your face and is going to eat you. He's not there. But you can suffer all life. He's not there. You can just suffer from thinking that he will come and he will eat me. And just from this thought that this tiger will come and will eat me, I can suffer all my life. That's what I do. I just suffer from the imagination of that this tiger will come and eat me. And he never comes to eat me. And one day if he comes to eat me, thank God, eat me. I just don't want to think about you. Just eat me for one time. Free me from you. Do you see the point of suffering?
No.
All this obsessive thinking is the suffering.
Mm.
Because the goat is not thinking about the tiger. She's just eating her grass happily. Happens one day by chance, a tiger comes and eats her. He feels some pain in the body and until he's gone. Then he's free. So he suffers, also suffers some pain in the body. But he's not sitting and thinking all life, the tiger one day will come and eat me, because when I was a child, all these people told me that you one day eventually you're going to just end up in the mouth of the tiger. So you're just going to just suffer all life and just one day your life will be just end up in the mouth of a tiger. So from that day till the tiger comes, he's just thinking about the tiger, no, he's not thinking about anything, he's just eating his grass. And maybe tiger doesn't come, he gets very old and one day he dies anyway. It's gone.
But they're scared.
They're scared, of course they're scared. Obviously they're scared. The tiger who comes to eat him is also scared, because if he doesn't eat him, he's going to die from hunger. He's also scared of being hungry.
To
to be scared.
Not to be suffer.
Yes, there is nothing to be scared. This is a normal, natural instinct of your body. It will feel fear from some things. It will feel anger from some things. It will feel anxiety from some things. It will feel anger for some things. It's obviously natural for the body to feel some emotion because it's a body. It's alive. Somehow it's vibrating. There is a vibrative life in it. It's going to feel.
I want to ask something. If there is no language at all, we just communicate each other with signs, or I don't know. Do you think that suffer will be away?
No.
Why?
No, because to become free from suffering, the solution is not to get rid of the language. Otherwise, it would be too easy. Everybody would have done it by now. Let's not talk in language. Let's talk in science, and we are free.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. I understand your question.
I meant that the language is in our mind, so this brings suffering. So if there is no language, how would be the thoughts with no language?
It's not the language. It's not the language that brings the suffering.
The thoughts.
Yes.
But thoughts have.
It's also not the thoughts that bring the suffering. What really brings the suffering is that one takes itself to be the thinker. One takes itself to be those thoughts. This is what brings the suffering.
The identification.
The identification with your thought that this is what you are, this is who you are. This becomes the suffering. Because now you are playing with a dangerous dream. We are playing with something that does not really exist. And as long as you are going to take yourself to be something that does not really exist, other than in a thought, is going to create just a lot of unnecessary misery for yourself. And at the same time, this misery does not exist. That's the ridiculousness about it.
So thoughts can go on also as images.
Yes.
They don't need a language.
No, they don't necessarily need a language. They can go with images. They can go with 1,000 feelings inside your body. Also, when we take our feelings to be ourselves, this is also where we suffer. Because there is a whole bunch of unnecessary stuff going on there. So the only thing is not that one doesn't really realize itself by saying, okay, if I don't think I'll be free, if I don't feel I will be free. No. Only by realizing what is that which is aware of those thoughts, what is that which is aware of those feelings, what is inside me which is aware of it. This is where I find my freedom. So it doesn't matter what I think, what is being thought, what is the memories thinking from whatever situation or circumstances that have been created in my life that I happen to have for one reason or another, because everybody has some once you are here. But what is that which is aware of it? What is that inside of me which was before a first thought came, the first feeling came? And when the last thought will come and the last feeling will come, what will remain after that? If you don't find out that, then you will never find out the source of this thought. You will never find the source of that feeling.
Are you asking?
Yes, asking and saying, same.
I feel the consciousness, like the field.
Yes.
This is the source of everything.
Yes.
And you can really feel it in your body. It's like a silence body. Like you really feel that it was there always, and once you realize, you just feel very connected. I don't know how to.
It is always there.
Yes.
You see, this space is always there. It's always there. If you can just take a little while for yourself, saying, okay, I don't really find anything so interesting in all these thoughts anymore. I don't find anything interesting in all these feelings anymore. I take a little while, take a little break from this, and I go a little bit more behind them, above them, you know, around them. What's happening there? What's happening in that space where these words and these feelings are somehow surging up and then disappearing? They come up and then they disappear. Where is that place where they are happening? What's happening in that place really? Let me pay some attention to that place, to that space, instead of all the time stuck to the thoughts, all these words. Like Papaji, one man in India, he made a dot on the blackboard. And he asked all his students, what do you see? Everybody says, we see the dot. So nobody see the blackboard? You see the sky every day? Every day, people say, oh, let's go to the beach, let's go to the desert, let's look at the sky, look at these beautiful stars. Nobody look at the sky. Somebody looks at the sky? No. There is nothing happening there. So we don't want to look at that because nothing is happening there. We want to look at the stars. And not only that we look at the stars, we even have names for them. It's incredible. We have names. In this infinite space, we see some objects floating here and there. We put names, we label them also. This one is called this one. There is even an app that will tell you the names of almost all that you can see them. There is names for them. And then there is constellations, there is shapes there, and there is names. Nobody looks at the sky. The most amazing phenomenon, an infinite, endless space that you can't think of. It's impossible. Your mind can't grasp that infinite space. It cannot think of it. If you try to think of it, it just explodes into So where is the end? If I could just go, where is the end? Is there an end? There is no end. Can the mind grasp that? You think there is any faculty in your body that can grasp that there is no end? But this arrogant mind sits there and thinks, yeah, I found out that, I understood this, I understood that, yeah. How far it is? Some 5,000 light years. They could find out how far is the moon, how far is the sun, what is the diameter of the earth. Amazing. Like you said, there is the shadow of the earth and the moon, and then it's dark, and then there's the shadow, then it's light. Amazing. In the end of the day, you will just want to rest because you are so tired of thinking all day. You just want to put your head on the pillow and sleep.
Look at the sky.
Sleep and look at the sky. Or just, all you want is to stop thinking. And then your mind says, yeah, but you know, this is the moon, this is the sun. And when the earth is coming in the middle, it gets dark. And then it's black moon. And then it moves away. Then it becomes full moon every 14 days. But I just want to sleep. But the mind keeps thinking. And then the sun is going around. It takes 365 days. Earth is going around the moon. It takes 24 hours. But I just want to sleep. But how can I sleep? Because all day I was learning this knowledge. And now my mind is thinking about this knowledge continuously like a neurotic organism that can't stop thinking about it. But I just want to sleep. But wait, I learned in the spirituality today about my feelings. There is the higher, there is the lower, there is this, there is that. But I just want to be quiet. But my mind is thinking about all this stuff, all this knowledge.
How come that people were like limited, with the limited mind, understood the infinite nature of the universe? How
They understood the unlimited nature of the universe.
Yeah.
Who?
The infinite. How come that people,
Who?
people, human beings,
Yes.
invented some concept that is not, they cannot grasp because they are limited. They have limited mind. And and limited body.
So what is the question?
How can it be possible to grasp infinity?
Yes.
Yes.
How it could be possible to grasp this infinity? Yeah. And what if it is impossible to grasp this infinity? And what is this urge inside that wants to grasp this infinity? Maybe it is the infinity itself, which took itself to be a thought that wants to grasp the infinity. And it does, yeah. Maybe it is the infinity itself that took itself, that mistook itself to be a thought, that now through the thought wants to grasp the infinity and finds out that it is impossible to find it out of a thought.
Too complicated.
You are not listening. That's why so. It's very simple what I'm saying. It's very simple. What if, even though I'm putting what if, it is the infinity itself that mistook itself to be a thought, and through that thought is thinking that I want to grasp this infinity and finds it impossible. Now you get it.
Because we are the infinity.
Doesn't matter.
Of course, nothing matters. We just have to.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
The infinity cannot understand its infinity
because it's trying to think about something, because it is here having this faculty of thinking in words. They don't exist. You think words will help you to find out this infinity. And what happens when there is no words? Everything is gone. What is left? Maybe there is just what is left is infinity, but there is nobody reclaiming it as an infinity. Do you understand? There is nobody darkening the universe, reclaiming itself to be the infinity. But it is. But there is nobody reclaiming it. It's very funny. It is. This is the cosmic joke. So there is no way that you are going to find out. There is no way that you are going to grasp it. And there is no way that you are going to know it. But you can just find out where is that place where there is nothing. It's all empty. And just try to be there as much as possible. Just observe the emptiness in which these thoughts are coming, feelings are coming, this body is coming, and all these experiences, dreams are coming. Just become aware of that emptiness. This is all what you can do. Take your attention away from the thoughts and the feelings, these little tiny things, these details, useless details, and put them in the bigness, the vastness. Just put them there where there is more space, more empty. Just put it there, and then see what comes. But again, don't think about it, because then you go back to the little details, these little useless that's happening. Do you understand? Do you get the point? Don't go back, because then again you think. So again, leave it. Leave the thinking. Leave this little go to that emptiness. Go to that space. Observe it. Observe what's happening there. Just observe. The mind will want to think about it. Again, you come back to the thoughts. No, leave it. Just go there. Stay.
Easier
Breathe.
said than done.
Breathe. I know. That's why I'm saying breathe. It will come again. You can. Do you? Okay. This is true. It's easier said than done. Do you really want to spend the rest of your life thinking?
No, I don't. I know what you mean. It's fine.
Yes.
We don't have argument.
No, I know. There's no argument, of course. But no, it's just an inspiring thought.
Yeah.
Really. So every moment that the thinking is being practiced is the moment where the practice of seeing what is happening around the thinking can be also practiced. Just practice. Don't practice all the time thinking. Just take some moment, remember, and bring it back to yourself and observe and see. Yes, easier said than done, but never done is never done. So better than then never done.
Better be than do.
Yes, but yes, exactly. When there you understand it's not really even doing. But don't excuse yourself. Easier said than done. Yeah, of course, it's a nice excuse. Then okay, then never do it.
I'm not excusing. I'm just saying that just talking about it and
yes,
like this.
Because somehow
you need to contemplate. You need to do yoga. You need to balance.
Yes, you can do, but it doesn't matter what you do or what you don't do. Really, of course, you can do yoga. You can do many kind of spiritual meditations. You can do spiritual. In the end, it is all about that. Yeah. You know what this means? If you really want to go deep in this mysticism of India, this means how I take my mess and I make an order of it. That's all. A nice, beautiful order that can create some prosperity instead of creating some misery in my life. It's fixing. It's very beautiful because somehow it's not really easier done, as you said, but as long as it is not done, it helps. And there's many different orders that you can make with that mess. You put all these elements together and you make something beautiful. Same. You take all of these elements and you make something beautiful. Having some fun. Having some good time here.
Actually, the purpose of this is also to take you to where we're contemplating now.
Of course, if you can actually make some order, it will be easier. It will be easier than with the mess.
Why?
Why not?
Why not through the mess?
Well, you can go through the mess. It's absolutely fine.
Why is it helpful?
Because some people do believe in this, that easier said than done. When you really believe, when you really identify with this thought, easier said than done, then might as well you start making some order before you do anything. You can look at this fire for hours and hours, and you can just have an ave, like just observing this miraculousness of this thing out of nowhere in the space. It just exists like this. From nowhere it comes and to nowhere it goes. It just exists like this. Anything you can think about it will fall short. Everything in life is like that. Everything in life is like that. Whatever you will think about, it will fall short. There is nothing that you can understand. Even this phenomenon, fire, you cannot really understand. It's impossible. We just call it fire so we know what we are talking about, commonly.
What do you mean by fall short?
Fall short. That everything that we will talk about it or think about it will be not enough. It will fall short. It's like it will not be enough. There is nothing that will satisfy your impulse to understand what is it. Understand? It will fall short. Nothing that can be really explained that will satisfy the mental impulse of knowing what it is. You can just look at it and have it just blows off your mind. And everything in life is like this. Your own experience of life is like that. The breath that you take, these eyes that look, all of these things, the skin, the hair that grows on you, all of this is like this. It's just unexplainable, miraculous phenomenon that is happening. That cannot be explained. You can, oh, what is this? It's amazing. There is no answer. What is this? It just can blow off your mind. So let the mind be blown off from that. Allow that mind to be blown off. Don't get stuck into finding out what it is and how it is. There's no way. Just so you can relax. Everything in life is like that. Everything. Any question you have? You want to ask something before we finish? If no question, it's a good sign. Okay. I don't even know what to think about. What question now? When you close your eyes and you start to have an intention of, okay, if I close my eyes now, I want to just observe my thoughts. And if you find it not so easy, somehow it's not so easy to just find that place where you can, from where you can observe your thoughts, don't create another thought saying that, I can't do it, it's not happening, it's too fast for me, or it's too much for me. You can start observing your breath. It's much somehow good to start, just observe the breath. That means again, not thinking about observing the breath, just observe the breath. It's a beautiful phenomenon, the body is just breathing for you. You don't even have to do that. You see that? The body is doing it for me, you just can observe it continuously. For as long as I have this body, it's doing it. And you can remember to do it any moment of the day, any moment of the night. Sometimes you will see also it suddenly becomes somehow easy. It just suddenly the awareness is available that actually also is observing the thoughts by itself. You will just notice it's happening. And also observing the feelings that are flowing in the body. in different kind of sensations, in different kind of in different parts of the bodies, observing. Again, being very alert, very aware of not thinking about the feelings, not labeling the feelings. Observing the breath, observing the thoughts, observing the sensations, the feelings in the body. That's all. Thank you. Thank you for listening all of this.